Millrats need to slow it down a little bit and get better shots than that. That's not going to make it work for them tonight.
There's one from the outside that miss. Josh Dollard with that attempt.
He's good. He hears it good.
Josh Dollard, of course, part of our key matchup tonight. Watch for the inside work between Dollard and Damasi down low. Both guys run 6'8". A little bit of a size advantage for Dollard. He goes about 240. Damasi's at about 220. Should be a big battle inside tonight. So one to watch.
Even when he's talking, I can hear it. Maybe if they take
that one goes off into the stands there. For everyone watching at the court side, Andre Livingston there caught the ball on the edge of the rink. Andre Livingston, of course, the owner of the Halifax Rainman, made the trip today. He'll probably head himself up to Quebec to catch the game there as well.
He, of course, was in last time the Rainmen were in town as well. Terry Martin now trying to work it in. 5 seconds to go on the shot clock. On the outside, off the hands of Damasi. That's going to hit iron and come back down. Ferguson now gives away to Talik Brown for the Rainmen as they set up as it comes over half court. Another miss off Ferguson's hand there. Millrats have really got to capitalize on these opportunities on the missed shots. And of course, Dwan Rice going right down, throwing it up, not taking the time to set up and take that early shot.
Yeah, the team so far not showing a lot of patience on either end of the court. Spacing's not what it should be for the Millrats on defense. The Rainmen are taking advantage of that and find themselves with a 2-point lead.
Well, we kind of seen that last time these teams were down. They were content in exchanging opportunities and throwing the ball up and taking their chances.
I think the thing here, Dave, these teams are so familiar with one another that they've, they're feeling each other out. Game starts off with a little bit of a pickup playground feel, but as it goes on, we'll see them fall into their sets, run their offense the way it should be. They'll be calling switches on defense. Things should tighten up a little bit as we head into the latter stages of the game.
Dollard up and over, puts that one in, stretches the Halifax lead to 4. Another miss here for St. John. So just as I talked about the Millrats taking the opportunities on the misses, it's Halifax now looking at those advantages.
So far, the Millrats have lost every game that they haven't won the battle on the glass, Dave. That's going to be key tonight for the Millrats. Cleaning up things on the glass is really going to make all the difference against a much more, I would say, talented Rainman team. They've played together the entire season, although they do have 3 new players tonight. Rebounding again, can't say it enough. Key for the game. And one of the newcomers to the team, Jamal White, in the lineup now for Halifax as that one rolls out. Checking into the game now for the Millrats will be number 32. Point in franchise history, 78 points. That's a tough one over 4 quarters, Dave, and tonight it looks like they're off to a start. They don't want the same thing to happen to them again.
Back to live action here at Harbor Station. Glad to have you along. David DeLine, Jason Perkins, and Allison Morash bringing the action here, and that's good for a deuce for Halifax as they've now stretched to an 8-point lead. Working the magic on the outside on that one was Anthony Anderson. Now coming over the other side, there's a miss at Damasi. Right time, right place. I don't think that was a styled play, but you'll take your 2 points.
Situational awareness there from Damasi to see that the shot was deflected. He hung in there and took what amounted to be a pass down low and laid it in for an easy 2.
Now on the far side with it, Julian Allen puts that one up. Damasi again on the rebound. Fast break. Now Hagerson, chance to go up. Blows over his man, and I think Hagerson's going to draw the foul on that one. That was newcomer Jamal White had planted his feet there, and I didn't hear somebody yell timber.
Egerson goes about 245 pounds, Dave. Again, for these players, people watching at home, these players side by side don't look to be that much more or less tall than the other, but you see the contact there from Egerson. He had his feet set outside the restricted area, and that's a good for a charge.
Had a little Gordie Howman in that one where the elbow, I think, came up.
Sometimes, Dave, you're sending a message for later in the game. Maybe he'll think twice before standing in there to take that contact.
Fast break opportunity for Halifax. There's the long pass, going it up and dropping it down, number 20. That's Eric Cruikshank. And really, right now, St. John seems to be overwhelmed by the quick attack by the Rainmen.
Might be time to regroup here for them.
Egerson misses on that one. Damasi goes down, no call on it. Terry Martin tries to go on the outside to beat his man. Hands it over. Great basket by Anthony Anderson. Surprised he didn't draw the foul on it. Looked like he took a slap.
Big extension there from Anderson to get that hoop down over the bigger man. Now it looks like we've got another turnover. Millrats have the ball going the other way. We'll see how things play out here as the first quarter comes to an end.
A very animated Coach Jackson on the sidelines. Looks like he's looking for some speed on the turnaround from the Millrats to keep the pace and keep the momentum going. And just like that, with a three-pointer from Terry Martin, all of a sudden now your lead, 22-19 in favor of the visiting Halifax Rainmen. And there's an incomplete pass on that one. That's what happens when you're playing your first game with your new teammates.
Looks like a little bit of a miscue there for sure. Maybe just throwing it out of bounds, trying to keep the sack from happening.
And there's what happens when you take advantage of the turnover. It is now a one-point game. The Millrats right back in this thing. And finally, Coach Mike Evans from Halifax decides he's going to call. Halifax holding on to a one-point lead.
Lots of contact out there, Dave. Things are ramping up on defense here as we grind to a halt in the first quarter.
Great.
That sort of defense is just not going to get it done.
That's like driving through the bridge when the toll gates are up.
Absolutely. You see with Damasi not on the floor, the interior toughness not what it should be.
Oh, City misses on that. And again, two blue shirts on the rebound, nothing in white around it. Huge rebounding opportunity for Halifax. Clock winding its way down here in the first quarter. Egerson's going to pick up that one. And now a chance. Shot clock irrelevant. 7 seconds to go here in the quarter. Working it to the outside. Decides to put it up himself.
Offensive rebounds, Dave, make all the difference.